Hello? Anyone here? I'm not late. It's 20. It's 20 after. It's a delay in YouTube. It's not me. Hey everyone. Everyone cool? Cat wants in, of course. Come here, Finnegans. Yes. And Olivia is here too. I show you. Where are we? Webcam. There she is. It's nice, huh? Come on. There it is. Yeah, it doesn't like when I switch to the webcam. Does it work? Hey, Bloodstone is here too. That's nice. So many people. Where have you been? 50 people already. Cool. That's nice. Hope you're all cool. We go through just tiny bit of news. Not a lot going on. Then I want to go through Ionic 5 just for a second. And then a main thing is that I want to rant a bit and discuss with you. I try to invite everyone from all the ID3 groups because I see so many complaints, people complaining that the ID3 doesn't charge with 100 kilowatt. And so this morning I went out with Walter, ID3 in my garage, from Israel. Hello. And we went, I went with the dogs. I was looking at the temperature of the battery with OBD 11.2, and then I was driving a bit, and then I was charging. And but I want to rant about something else. Why they are complaining, and that they don't know the reason, or if they know the reason, they don't get it. But first, go through a tiny bit of news. It's not a lot happening, really. First, EQA Mercedes, you can now order it. Starts at 47,500 with 100. What is the power here? 1050 with 140 kilowatt. And then, yeah, that's with the incentives already here. So that's cute. And at Ionity, you get 29 cents per kilowatt hours if you buy an EQA. I contacted Mercedes for the EQA, and they forwarded me to rent. And they forwarded me to the guy who's doing all the press work of the EQA. I emailed him. He didn't email back. Then this was a very interesting video. I watched it, and not because it's Tesla and there's a problem. Nothing to do with that. Really not. I hope, and I think Model 3 is a great car, but this is about the Model 3 from China with different battery cells. And they were testing a bit and showing the pros and the cons of this new battery type. And I understand why there are problems with this battery, and again, there are good features about it as well. The problem that I have, what Tesla did with this model, is that they didn't tell anyone. So the people who ordered the Model 3 could maybe get a Chinese version, and then they have just different cells than the ones that come from California, and then it's all different, and you may have problems with it, and you have to know. And for me, the biggest problem was the state of charge. That's just very unreliable, because it stops charging at 91 or you're empty at 15 or 10, whatever. That's very, very interesting. And I also want to show, because everybody's always complaining about Volkswagen, Tesla has also some problems at some things that are new, and that's okay. So it's not, Tesla is not bad for having these problems. It happens, but they're also testing the car on customers. So but they didn't tell them. That's the difference. But again, it's okay. That's all for the news. The only thing I have is that I said it in the video this week. ID3 Pure with the 45 kilowatt hour battery is now can now be ordered for 31,500 in Germany. Then with incentives we are at 23. And ID4 Pure with the 52 kilowatt hour battery for 38. So with incentives in Germany, it's under 30,000 euros for an ID4. But it also can only charge with 50 kilowatt. You have to pay if you want 100 kilowatt. And it has the 125 kilowatt motor, not the 150. So you have to decide which one you want. No Ionity news this week because I've just looked. Nothing changed. There's one new charger that I don't know where it is. It doesn't say the country, and nothing is started construction. Ionity is a bit since the lockdown in December. Not a lot is happening. I don't know. They had the goal to build 400 chargers till the end of 2020. They didn't make it, and then they blame Corona for it, and I'm okay with that. But since then, nothing changed. So they're not building anything new. They're barely finishing anything. So that's weird. Yeah, the Taylor 2. This is the good thing about the Model 3 from China, that they can charge to 100% a lot, and it's okay. Hey, can you turn around and say hello? No, he doesn't do that. He's just interested in me. That's how it should be. But where's the Facebook groups? Because I want to look at Ionic 5. Where is it? Ionic 5. There we are. Bing. We have some weird. Yeah, this. Somebody posted this today. The world premiere should be on Tuesday, February 16th of the Ionic 5, 8 a.m. in Germany. I find it interesting that it's South Korea, California, and Germany. Why not Europe? You know, or say middle of Europe or Central European time, something like this. I find it interesting that is this. And then I asked the guy who posted that, where does he have it from? And he told me from the Hyundai Worldwide site, and I went there and I can't find it. So, I don't know. Is there really a world premiere on the 16th? I mean, I heard the rumor before. We'll see. Yeah, then people in Austria got a little bag with the Ionic 5 thing, first edition. And this is still normal picture. Interior picture of the Ionic 5 emerged. We'll see if this is the real thing. I mean, there's a Tesla-like change gear stock in the middle. This could be old. This could be a prototype interior. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, this is what they think that the head-up display could be like, because Hyundai said that Ionic 5 will have a, what is it, 42, 44-inch head-up display, so most likely almost the whole windshield that it protects stuff. We'll see if this is true. Anything else? Yeah, the Korea blog site has a lot of info on the Ionic 5. But this is it then, I think so. Yeah, this is it. Okay, anything else happened? Nah, I think that's it. So, read through your text, and then I want to talk about what I just said, the ID3 and the battery. There's a charging, and then we discuss it. A little bit of rent. Where have you been? Good evening, rent. We got just 60 centimeters of snow in 12 hours. Highway closed. I'm so sorry. Where's that wolf? Model 3 from China. Tesla's information politics. There is no politics. That's true. That's what I heard from Stefan from Next Move 2. That if there is a problem with a customer or anything is changing, it's always not too great. Location in Norway, I'm just going slow. If this calibration would fix the problem, Tesla would not announced an upcoming software to solve it. Nobody knows when this will be. Where is the towel in that blue bathrobe? It's in here. No, I don't have the towel here. They have to show cautious making regarding CO2 emissions at the end of the year too. I don't know. Nice flappy pedals for reach-in. Oh, I didn't see that, really. That's good. Anyone else think leather seats look dated? Yeah, I think so too. It looks weird. I mean, in Model 3, it's okay because maybe it's because of the, or when they're white, or because of the panoramic roof. I don't know. Does anyone know something new about the heat pump in i3? There are rumors it isn't working as it should. It's not a rumor, that's true. So a few tests have shown that the heat pump in the ID3 is not as efficient as it could be, as it should be. That cars that drive without a heat pump and with a heat pump barely have a difference in consumption. I tested this once with, I made a video about heat pump in the ID3 and he had lower consumption and I was happy with it, but then afterwards people were talking and maybe it was because it was sunny on that day and he had a black car. Even when he's not happy with the ID, he thinks it's extremely inefficient. In the winter, it's not very efficient, and you've seen my video, it's true. I tried last week in Tesla seats, and after test drive I sit on my Napa leather sport Volvo seats. And this was wonderful. Yeah, no. So the consumption of the ID3 in winter is high, or let's call it inefficient, because, and I made a video about it, because the battery heater is programmed in a way for comfort. So the battery is being heated up to 13 degrees no matter what. So and at 13 degrees you get full range, full regen, and full no power limit. So you can use the battery in its fullest, and Volkswagen decided to do that. The problem is if you do a short trip, let's say 20 kilometers that you drive in 20 minutes, for the whole drive you have 6 kilowatt charge, 6 kilowatt heating the battery, and then you park there, battery cools down, you drive home, and you have the same thing. And that's why I said it in the car, in my video. Cat wants out. Then comes the heating of the cabin that can also take up to 5 kilowatt if you want it very warm. Of course, you can charge it at home with when you plug it in. That's true, but it still costs the same thing. If you it even would say is less, and of course it's about the temperature. If you go with 17 degrees, it's fine, but I like it warm. I want comfort. And then you have extremely higher consumption, so like 100 watt hours per kilometer more than you would have in the summer. That's just how it is. Does Fabrik give any information about the heat pump problem? They're just saying that they're working on it. I talked to someone about this, and they're not happy about that at all, and they want to fix it and get the heat pump in there so it works better and everything, but I don't know what they're exactly doing. Have you put the latest video on YouTube, or are they just on Patreon for the moment? They are just they are on YouTube. That's how you watch them, but they're not public yet. I release one on Tuesday and one on Thursday. Yes, but maybe they have a hardware issue too in the heat pump, not so much a software. I have no idea. We'll see. Won't yet. They're really good, by the way. Thank you, Marty. This is the worst thing for me with Model 3, no fabric option. If you don't like that, then yes, I understand that. But let's now talk about what I did today. Today I used OBD11 here. That's an OBD port dongle. I can put that in, and I made a video about it. And with that software, the dongle only works with the software that's on the phone, and with Bluetooth they're communicating. And then you can see how what the voltage of the battery is, how many amps are being drawn from the battery or charged into. You can see the battery temperature of different cells. It has like 100 cells. And Okay, and what did I want to say? Cindy's not here. Thank you, Mark. What was I saying? So then state of charge very accurately. So with dot and then I think it says like 30.2, 30.4, 30.6, something like this, and then. But they are the highest temperature and the lowest temperature, and that's what I did. And so I left the car outside this morning through the night. It was 1 degree in the morning. I went to the car, and of course, battery was cold. I just sat in the car. Ignition went on without the heat having the heat on, and immediately battery heater started. Took 5.5 kilowatt. You can see that in the car, and you can see it in the app. I think the voltage was at 390 volt of the battery, and it took 13 amps. That should be the 5 kilowatt there. Which website said the Ioniq 5 releases February 16th? Yes, I'm trying to find that too. It was on Facebook. Somebody posted that, and he told me it was on the Hyundai Worldwide website, but I can't find it. So I don't know where he has that from. My big problem with the Model 3 is the new battery is based on the rear seats, and you see nearly nothing behind you. Really? Okay, where was I? Yeah, I always lose my train of thought. Is that the right ring? Yes. So the battery heater came in right away. Heated up the battery. I drove to the highway because my goal was to drive a bit and see if you drive on the country road, how much does it heat up? If you drive highway 130, how much does it heat up? And then if you do the full acceleration, full regen, full acceleration, full regen, and then see what happens with the battery and with temperature. And like I said, I drove to the highway and the battery heater was on, heated up the battery to 13 degrees. What is it, 10 kilometers to the highway from here. And then I parked, turned off the heat again, and I could see that the battery heater was off because it just took 300 watts, not the 5 kilowatt anymore. And the battery was above 13 degrees. Drove on the highway, drove 130, and the battery was continuing to heat up the battery because I was pulling power from the battery. Was 1 to 2 degrees, but not a lot. So I wanted to get the battery to 30 degrees. I thought 30 degrees, hopefully I get 100 kilowatt. That should be the temperature. I don't know. I can ask Volkswagen at some point what is the temperature where 100 kilowatt can go into the battery. Before, I wanted to rent. That was the whole reason. No, but I go on with the story and then I rent. Or rant. How do you say that? For me it sounds like rent. Like I'm paying rent, not renting. Ranting, more like this. And the coolest temperature that I've driven the ID3 was in -10 or something. I think so. Is it true that the nearby future ID3 can charge at more than 100 kilowatt? I made a video about that. You can watch that rumor thing. So I drove 130. The rant. the battery got warmer, but extremely slowly. So I can see 20 degrees 0.25, and then 20 degrees 0.5, and so on. And it got higher, but it took like 2-3 minutes for half a degree. And I could see maybe it does it, but maybe it will stop at some point and slow down. So what I found out is that if you live in a part of the world where it's -10 degrees and the battery heater only heats up the battery to 13 degrees, even driving highway speed 130 will not heat up the battery to get 100 kilowatt. Yes, the ID3 will get an update. I don't know if it's with the ID software coming in the next few weeks or a later over-the-air update that if you navigate to a charger, I don't know if it's to any charger or it has to be Ionity, and it heats up the battery to a level where you get the full charging speed. I don't know when this will be. No idea. I just know that it's in plans and they want to do that and they need that. You plugged in for 1 hour and it refuses to start. No, that maybe yours, but I know a few cars, ID3s, that if you charge them more than 8 hours, they still start. They just get you get the drivetrain arrow. But if you get out of the car and then get back in, it's gone. No way. Last night it was -15. I drove 30 kilometers at 120, then 5 kilometers on full ACC region, then charged at Ionity, got 37 kilowatt. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this driving, it just is extreme temperature. It doesn't work yet. So that's what I have seen. I drove 150 then, and it increased more, of course, but I could see that the power draw at constant 150 was not as much. The highest amps I got was like 400 amps, I think, at a full acceleration, and 180 or 200 something, 260 on regen. And so I could see that driving 150, it keeps it warmer and maybe accelerates the heating up process, but still not enough. And so on the way back, I just drove, I don't know, 10 kilometers in one direction and then drove to the charger, which was around 20 kilometers, 24 exactly, yeah, it was 24. And on the way there, the first 14 kilometers, I accelerated full to 160, let it regen full back to around 100 and accelerated full to 160 again. And I did this, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 times. I can't remember. I have to look at the video. I have the footage on the computer, but I haven't reviewed it yet. And I saw the temperature rising. It got up to 32 degrees. Then because my state of charge was low, I was at 12%, and I still had to go a bit. I slowed down to the 130, and I could see the temperature going down, back down. So it went down to 31.5 degrees and slowly to 31. And then the last few kilometers down to the charger, what is it, 8-9 kilometers, it's downhill. And I drove 130, but because it's downhill, I barely used any power from the battery. The battery cooled down to 30 degrees, so from 32 before to 30. I arrived at the charger with, my God, 3 or 5% a state of charge. I can't remember. I think it was 5%, 5 kilometers of range, something like this. Plugged in and got 100 kilowatt right away. It worked. So 30 degrees, if you have 30 degrees in your battery, you get 100 kilowatt. So I was happy about that, because I know that Model 3, for example, wants the battery at 48 or 49 degrees. That's what Björn Nieland said. So that's a lot, and I would have had to do the driving a bit more. But again, it was 1 to 2 degrees today. What if I would have been in -15 or so? Then no way in 20 kilometers with driving fast and then slowing down with regen, I could get the temperature of the battery to 30 degrees. But again, maybe because the battery heater is heating up the battery to the 13 degrees, and then you do that, maybe it gets it up to the temperature at some point. But I for surely know now, 30 degrees, maybe even lower, gets you 100 kilowatt on the ID3. And what I wanted to rant, I can't say it. But first I read your comments and then we go on. Last night, I did that. If you live in a country that goes below 0, then move to a warmer place. Could be some really cold air on its way to Germany soon. Would be great to test an extreme cold. We have -13 in the next few days at some, but at night, and then I'm at work. I don't know if I will do that. My Volkswagen dealer told the delivery time is now 6 months for the ID3 and 8 months for the ID4. Very possible if there are a lot of orders. The Plus doesn't have this problem. Okay, I had no idea. What was this? Oh, no, what he means with cold, he means the battery thing. Volkswagen Canada on Facebook ID insider page, and there's a Volkswagen rep who's driving around testing the ID4 with the heat pump, and his test was on a day at -8. I think the consumption was around 280. Okay, maybe the cool air cools the battery more at 130. Maybe it can warm up the battery when the car is slower. No, but when you drive slow, you don't use a lot of energy from the battery or into the battery, and then it's not heating up. That's the problem. It seems like the i3 has gone through a lot of things in the past months. He did. Damn thing hate the cold. Yes, they did. Cars like me does not like the cold. Neither do I. Would never buy an i3 if I lived in a very cold region. And this is what I want to rant about in a few seconds. That they think it's an ID3 problem. It's not. It's an EV problem. It has nothing to do with the ID3. Well, if it depends on charging stations, how you can charge at home. Evening all. Hi, what's your name? Darren. How are you? Everything back to normal, Darren? Everything cool? Not the, the battery of the giant Tesla is a catastrophe. I don't think so. It's just the problem in the beginning. Kona requires 20 HSVs to get full speed. Yeah, that's just what I want to rant about. So on the Facebook groups, I don't know, the one that I started, the First Movers Club, and all those Facebook groups. Right now, because it's cold, there's always the complaints. My ID3 doesn't charge with 100 kilowatt at Ionity. I only get 50. This car is crap. This was advertised with 100 kilowatt. I want a new car or a different car. I give it back. And I'm sick of it right now because people these are all people that never drove an EV in winter. Blautzaun knows exactly what it's about, and other people here who've driven an EV in the winter before. I would say most EVs that you can buy right now, maybe even all, if it's cold, if the battery is cold, you get low charging speed. And if you have extreme cold, like -15, it's of course worse. If you have 0 degrees, it's also bad. And what people forget, most of EVs don't have battery heating. The old Zoe with the 22 kilowatt hour battery didn't have battery heating. If you drove and you wanted to charge and it was cold, it charged with 2 kilowatt. That's just how it was. Kona has a battery heater, but it doesn't heat up the battery by itself to have a great charging speed. It heats it up like the ID3 to a level where it has the full capacity. It doesn't have anything, unless there was a software update that I don't know about yet. It doesn't heat up the battery like the e-Niro e-Soul to a temperature to get a high charging speed. That's not what it's made for. They just didn't implement it, and that's okay. Yes, it would be nice, but again, that's okay. What the Leaf only has battery heating. Yes, does it itself, but people don't understand. There are, again, every EV where the battery is cold charges slow. That's how it is because of physics, because you can damage the battery if you charge with a lot of power. And then a battery management says, no, not a lot of power into the battery. A few have battery heating, and only, I think 3. I don't know if the e-tron can do it. I know that of course, Model 3 can do it. I don't know if Model S and Model X. I know Porsche Taycan, they heat up the battery when you go to a charger. Just a few cars can do that. ID3 will get that. It doesn't have that now. But it will get that at some point. I don't know when. I believe Audi e-tron can charge fast in cold weather. Again, why, the question is why? Does it preheat the battery so it can charge fast? Or is it so inefficient that it takes so much energy out of the battery, so many amps, that it heats up just by driving a tiny bit? I don't know what it does. Or it just says, screw that, battery management says, management says go and charge, it's fine. But the same thing, if your Ioniq the battery temperature would be at 0 degrees, because you just go into the car with 0 degrees and drive a kilometer to a charger, you don't get full speed. You don't get 55 kilowatt when it's cold. That's just how it is. And do you get limited power in the ID3 when battery is cold? Yes, you do. When the battery is cold, you get less range, you get regen limit, and you get power limit. Then the battery has the sensor where it sees battery is not 13 degrees. I heat up the battery to 13 degrees, and then you have full range, full power, and full regen. That's how it works. Like I said, it's a problem for short distance driving. And right now it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that for for charging. If you're going to a charger, the charging itself, because you're putting power into the battery, can heat up the battery, of course. And some cars, I don't know. I know the ID3 should have it right now, but I haven't seen it. When you're charging, it can do. Oh my God, you got more than 50 kilowatt at battery cell temp -3 in old Ioniq. It can be good for the battery. I know when Björn Nieland did with his Model X back in the days at -10 degrees, it charged with 2 kilowatt. That can be good. Oh my God, after 5 minutes full speed. Yeah, but okay. But I'm talking about the Chinese Tesla battery. Yeah, but this is what pisses me off. These are all people that have never driven a V in the winter, and even a Model 3. When you have a Model 3 out there at -10 degrees and you go 200 meters to a fast charger, you don't get full speed. That's just how it is. When you drive 30 minutes and the Model 3 has the great feature where it preheats when you go to a charger, then you get full speed. And the ID3 will get there too. But just right now it doesn't have that. And I think they do it like the Model 3, the ID3 was developed in a wrong way, or that it's not like it should be in advertised. And I think that's crap. I'm sorry, and it just pisses me off that it happens so many times, and every day 3, 4, 5 posts with the same thing. I only got 30 kilowatt or 35 kilowatt on Ionity. Yes, that's how it is. Deal with it. That's how it is. The same with range, that in winter range is less. And the ID3, because like I said, of the battery heater in the beginning, it's a lot. But even other EVs, even Model 3, when you drive, now with the heat pump, Model 3 is better because it scavenges the heat from the motor and from the battery. That's a great idea. And Kona does that too in Niro and eSoul. It's really great, but still your consumption is higher in the winter because of cold temperature, because of more resistance in the battery when the battery is cold, because you need to heat up the battery with power, you need to heat up the cabin, you have winter tires on, and on the road might be snow, wet, or whatever. This is all bad for consumption. That's how it is, that's normal, and that's what you have to deal with. And if people never paid attention to EVs, how it is. And I don't think that Volkswagen is to blame for everything. And if there is no information, if nobody did that's just, I don't know, makes me mad that it's, as I read it like 5 times today. Rant done. Rant. I don't quite get the rant. Is he mad at us or at Volkswagen? I'm mad at the people who complain that the cold battery cannot charge fast. That's what I'm mad at. But the preheating of China doesn't help very much. I'm still far below 550 in average. I don't know. Yeah, that of course. Come here. Yes, Finnegan. Of course, there can always be a problem with the car or with the charger, but in 99% it's not the car or the charger, it's just the cold battery. That's just how it is. Come, Finnegan, get up. Well, I have to go here. That's just how it is. That's my rent. Each on 50 in summer, 80%, 240 kilometers. Dealers need to be educated and pass it on. For example, I mean, even my dealer even called me in the summer, so in September, and told me that he has a customer who's driving 5 kilometers downhill in the morning, and he doesn't get 100 kilowatt. And I told him, you don't get 100 kilowatt if you drive downhill for 5 kilometers to Ionity in the morning where it is 5 degrees or so. Or it was in October, something like this. You don't get that. I've never driven EV in winter before, but I read about EVs and was aware of this issue. A lot of people don't do any research. Exactly. Even, I don't know, 5-6 years ago when I started looking at the Zoe to buy, I even knew it back then. The Zoe doesn't have a battery heater. If I want to charge in the winter, it will be extremely slow. That's what I knew. That's why Volkswagen insisted in kilometers per hour, minute in charge speed display instead of kilowatt. Chris is mad. It's official. Yeah, I'm sometimes mad. You've seen me mad. You should be mad. It's just sometimes a bit. Yes, I understand. The ID.3 has a lot of problems when it comes to software, and the heat pump is not working right. It's inefficient in the winter. I get that all, and it's true. But there are some things that are not a problem from Volkswagen or from the ID.3, and this then makes me cranky, especially when they write crap stuff. Oh, the Ionity only 50 kilowatt. What's going on? And then I said, because your battery is cold and you need to heat it up. And then they said, who said something about a cold battery? I'm sure it's a cold battery. Yes, the charger can be broken at some point. And there wasn't it in Britain or in Ireland where the Ionity chargers only had 50 kilowatt? Ow! It was your teeth. But this can happen, but usually it doesn't. Did you see the price of the Model 3 Performance was raised by 3,500 British pounds this week? So the basic price for a Model Performance is now 60,000 pounds. To warm up the battery, you have to drive like a ninja. Right now, yes, in the ID.3 and in other EVs as well. e-tron is pretty okay loading, charging in winter. Yes, it is. I don't know if the e-tron has a battery heater, or again, is it so inefficient, it uses so much power to drive that it heats up the battery, or the battery management system was programmed in a way that they say, who cares if it's cold? We destroy the battery, it's fine. Yeah, as they go mainstream, this will happen more and more. That's true. And again, I know that those people are EV drivers for the first winter, because when they got the car, not the same people, but I also seen so many posts with the same thing, where they said, hey, I've charged my car to 100%, it doesn't show the 420 kilometers of range that it should have. It only has 350 or 300. And this is the same thing. If you don't know what that means, not talking to you. My God. We got 2,000 kilowatt hours, 600 for free. Who cares how much the car uses? Electricity is free. Well, if you use more, if it's an efficient car and to drive you need more, that's not nice. I mean, think of it. When I drove with the ID.3 to Wolfsburg to drive the ID.4 there, I drove 1,250 kilometers, and I used, I think, 350 kilowatt hours. Am I right? 350 kilowatt hours at Ionity will cost you at some point 30 cents. There would be 105 euros to drive 1,250 kilometers. And I charged it home before driving, and I charged there at, but no, I was including the 350, that's fine. But that's 105 euros divided by 1250. That's 8 euros 40 for every 100 kilometers. That's a lot of money for an EV. But again, I wasn't driving slow. I was driving as fast as I could to get to the next charger, arrive with under 10%, charge as fast as possible. I wanted to get to the destination as fast as possible. And the plan or the strategy to drive a bit faster but arrive with a low state of charge and only charge where the charging speed is fast and then get to the next charger is just the best. The problem for me was that Ionity chargers, there are not too many, so or even above 100 kilowatt chargers in Germany, especially on the way to Wolfsburg. There's 180 kilometers distance, then 100, 150, 170, I think. So I had to charge to drive to the next destination, but I wanted to drive a bit faster, not with 100. So I drove 130 to 140. And it doesn't sound like fast, but in an EV, driving 130 with heat, it was, what was it, 2-3 degrees or so, and wet, it was raining. Just how it is. My i3, any news on ID4, first delivery date for Europe? I was told March, back in January for Ireland. I think it's still the same. They're waiting for the ID software to be finished, and then the cars are done, put the software in there, and then you get the car. My i3 charges only at 20 to 30 kilowatt, not hours, kilowatt. At -3 degrees Celsius, it's just normal. The same car charges at 49 until 85 at +20. Exactly. Does the i3 has battery heating? I don't think so. Another example. My dealer says my ID4 comes in March. Yes, I think so too. Björn has said he has already sold his Tesla. Really? His Model 3 Performance is already sold. Wow. Okay, no. According to what was the question? What did Blautan ask? Okay. The thing about range is if you get a few kilometers less range to a tank of petrol or less kilometers per liter, no one notices it. Exactly. When it happens on an EV, everyone is like panic. Yeah, but it also you have less range to begin with. My old petrol car, I could drive to work around 700 kilometers till it was empty, but in the winter I had 500 or 520 kilometers of range with the same tank because of winter tires, and again, the weather, how the weather is. But still, 500 kilometers, and then you have to fuel up is a lot. The problem for me, and why EVs are 10 times better for me than petrol car, I fuel up in Austria, so I have to go to work, and then from work to go to Austria because it's just 20-25 cents cheaper. And then, he ordered a plaid, but why should he? The same with the rand. I can't say it. But this doesn't come for a while. Or did he not do the plaid plus? So he just get a plaid that will come in March. Cool. That's good. Is your wife drives an EV car? No. She drove the ID3 a few times, but rarely. Very rarely. So since we did that video, she didn't drive the... Oh, did she? Maybe she did once. I can know. A petrol car does not tell you how far it will travel, so no one knew. Now with EV you get told, so it's a bigger thing. That's true. It's all about the range and the density, of course. The density of energy density of petrol versus a battery. And I understand right now an EV is not cheaper than the same petrol car just because of costs, and then charging and everything. Yes, maintenance is less, and yes, fuel is more expensive, but you have to drive a lot, so it's the same thing. For me, it's not about the money, and so I'm okay. No, Björn ordered Plaid Plus, so now he has 3 Teslas on order with intermediate delivery date. But Plaid Plus doesn't come till the end of the year. It says it on the homepage. Well, if you have the money and you can afford. If I had the money, I would buy the Plaid Plus too. I always like the Model S more than the Model 3, just for the interior, just for the screen. but now that it is a sideways screen, so not portrait mode, the other one. Oh, good. Marcus, are you Marcus Electric Vehicle Journey? That's good. Oh, yeah. And yeah, that was my rant. I said it. Yeah, but I made that video today, and like I said, above 30 degrees and the battery, you get that thing, you get 100 kilowatt. I don't think Volkswagen will ever implement that you can see the battery temperature. Tesla doesn't do that as well. I would love that. We'll see. My Patreons already know I made 2 videos, 7 things I do not like and 7 things I do like. 2 different videos about my ID3. They turned out very well. Was a lot of effort. I filmed one last week and one yesterday, and today I filmed, like I said, the battery, the warming up temperature thing. And yeah, those are coming this week. I thought about releasing the like and dislike video on the same day at the same time and see what would people watch more, but I'm pretty sure it's the dislike, so I won't do that, because then overall the views are less if you post 2 videos at the same time. And so I released the dislike on Tuesday and the like on Thursday. And then I don't know, maybe during the week again the battery heat thing, something like this. I'm waiting from Mercedes. I contacted the local dealer about an EQV. So I asked I get an EQC at the end of March from Mercedes, for a press car for 2 weeks, but I also asked them for an EQV, which is a different department, and they don't have a press car yet, or they don't have a press car for me. But I saw one driving in Passau, my hometown, and so I contacted the local dealer in Passau if they have one, if I can have it over the weekend or something, and they're looking into it. I don't know what that means. No idea. Already satisfied if they show charging speed in kilowatt. Yeah, that would be nice too. Charging speed in kilowatt would be nice. With the EV Notify released an update, so he said that soon ID3 can show in the EV Notify app. You can see voltage in amps, and if he's cool, he should put in another thing, what that would be in kilowatts, so we can see the charging speed in the car. That would be nice. Chris, you justified buying the ID3 saying that YouTube would pay for it. How's it working out? Well, it wasn't the only reason why I bought the ID3, but this is how I justified to buy a new car overall. I didn't buy it, I'm leasing. I'm paying 450 euros a month, and since I have the ID3, YouTube brought me every month so far, even in January, which was a weak month video-wise and view-wise, more than what the ID3 costs me right now. So yes, it's working out very, very well. Around 2.5 seconds from 0 to 100, the perfect car for hobby suicide races. Yes. Hola, get it, Matti. Any snow chill? Yeah, well, yes. Can you do naughty fee again? I felt the rust. Yes. Yeah, you chill. You must be snowed in. Yeah, I saw that we had amazing warm days the last few days. So the last week it was like plus 10, plus 11 degrees, but it says it's gonna snow soon. And we get in a few days minus 10, minus 13 degrees for a while. Look, that's gross. I don't like that. Time is it? I have to bid on an auction for my wife. I have to see. Or is it still at 11 euros? Yes, still at 11 euros. 28 minutes to go. I have an alarm set. I can do that. 20 centimeters, but heavy wind all day. Yeah, it was a big storm, eh? Good to hear regarding the earnings. Yeah, it works really well, and it works mostly because it's not in German. It sounds weird, but I can see what are the countries that are watching my videos the most, and I can see the earnings for every country. And Germany is the second or third country So the first one is the UK who watches my video the most, people from the UK, and I think it's Germany or it's Norway and then Germany, I can't remember. But when it comes to earning, it's the States, Canada, Australia, I even think. I can't remember. And then Germany is at 10th place or so. So Germany doesn't pay very well in Google Ads. Bidding for ugly shoes again? They weren't ugly, they were amazing, and we bought them new. No, it's a bra. And we'll see what it is, if I can get it. With Björn's view count, your payment might go through the roof. Ordering a Taycan for sure. You mean that Björn is watching our videos? I don't think so. When snow can come, are you on Clubhouse, Chris? Is this another thing like the all fans thing? No, I'm not. That sounds weird, Clubhouse. Can't you just go on a date and get a wife? Bidding on one seems a bit extreme. For 11 euros a wife, that would be cheap. What? That's not true. I made 10 euros, 1,000 views in November. Yeah, that's awesome. No, I mean, for example, my ID3 died video paid for a whole month. It paid in the first 2 weeks for a whole month of my ID3. That was pretty good. So I need one of those videos every month and I'm set. Now, but so far it's working out great. I can't complain, and I invest a lot of stuff, of course. So everything I earned, I didn't. And September was the biggest month when it comes to views and subscribers. I got like 2,500 subscribers in the last 2 weeks of September alone since I got the ID3. And then I think October was the best month for income, something like this. I look at it and then forget in a second. And only Germany. What, are you buying sexy undies for Cindy while we talk to you? No, she found this thing and I should bid on it because she's already in bed. That's how it is. Elon is on Clubhouse. Not sure about his OnlyFans. How many miles on the ID3? I have almost 14,000 kilometers on there. I think, well, it should be 14,000 today because I saw 13,900 and then I drove a bit. But maybe it's just shy of that. My ID3 died. It was the biggest claim to gain attention. You deserved, of course. But it was true. It really died. YouTube viewers love it when something is bad. Yeah, that's true. I know that too. But they also complain. Oh, I wanna ask you also something. I changed the title of the video where I say that the ID3 was more expensive than an ICE car. And I said in the title of the video before, my ID3 is more expensive than an ICE car winter. And it was true. When I drive at minus 10 degrees, preheat the car, drive to work, the ID3 is cooling down, I drive back home. When it's really cold, I can use 35 to 40% of the battery, which is 5 euros something when I charge at home. I forgot, 5 euros 90 or something. And then on a different day, it was maybe not as cold, but the ICE car doesn't care about temperature change too much there. When I drove an ICE car, because the ID3 was at the workshop, I drove a loaner, and I drove it home and then back to the dealer, same trip. I paid 4 euros 90, so €1 less. For me, that's not clickbait. It's true, but I understand that there are other ICE cars that cost more, and I understand that there are other EVs that use less power. But I've said my ID3 winter and ICE car. So I didn't get what because like 3-4 people complained this is clickbait. I don't think so. It was true. It was just summed up in a provocative way, but it was still true. My ID3 is more expensive right now, not just standing there. Of course, my ID3 is more expensive than the ICE car I had before. Way more expensive. This car cost 46,000 euros. The ICE car I had before cost me 3,500 when I bought it. And the fuel, yes, is more expensive, but I have to drive a lot with the ID3 till the ICE car is more expensive. But I pay 25 cents per kilowatt hours to charge at home. I now have a different way of charging. My Patreons know that's better. Oh, Jürgen, thank you. Don't do that just because, thank you for the donation. Don't do that just because ID3 is more expensive. You saw it at Patreon how I charge now. But thank you very much. With a dance. That's cute. And with the battery heater and how it charges right now, it's just more expensive than an ICE car. Not every ICE car, of course not. It was a perfect claim to get attention. Too expensive is true, and a 12-volt battery dead all this time. Yes, the car was dead. My ID3 died. I also didn't see that this was clickbait. I don't know. I'm not into clickbait. I try to make titles that are. I try to make titles that are like I said, provocative, and that people watch the video. But I don't want to lie. I'm not saying this is this and then I show something completely different. I'm not doing not even if if it means the same thing, if it means a different thing, but you can word it the same way. Not even that. I didn't. For me, that's lying, and I didn't do that. But since you are all here, 147 people. By the way, only 48 likes. We have three times more people than we have likes. It can't be. Come on, 49. Get it up. Ooh, that is again something. That's what she said, huh? I'm good today. Whew, your 30 Swedish kronen are 2.98 euros, it says here. Thank you very much. It's so nice. Oh, I wanted to ask you because how can we do? I want a title for the video I did today. So the battery heating, and I want to name it in a way that those people that was just ranting about. That don't know about 100 kilowatt charging. So I don't know how to name it. Do I name it get the temperature up? Sorry, get the temperature up for 100 kilowatt charging, or this is how you get 100 kilowatt charging with the ID3. I thought I'd do this. This is again, boom. Or I show you how to get 100 kilowatt charging speed with ID3, and then the picture would be I don't know, me at the charger, and then big thing 100 kilowatt, something like this. I thought so, writing over it. What do you say? Go tell me, or do you have better ideas? Name it batteries hate cold weather. Yeah, that's also true, but nobody would watch it. I want to name it a way that people who are going, ID3, why do I only have 50 kilowatt of charging? Find this. What? Wolf said kilowatt hours. He will be mad that he made a mistake. Steaming hot charging. Yeah, how to charge at 100 kilowatt with the ID3. How to get 100 kilowatt charging with ID3. I like this the best so far. Title for next video, never mind the charging. Let's find creepy guy. Clickbait there. Why is it clickbait? It's still true. Life hack, drive fast, charge fast. I think Wolf is right. The 100 kilowatt has to be in the name. You need the 100 as beginning, because 100 on EV is like red written sign, 30% reduced. 100 kilowatt charging in ID3. How? Nah. Charge like a pro. Yeah, I know the kilowatt hours, kilowatt. I did it too in some videos. That's just how it is. Name it German guy takes car to sauna to warm up battery. Name it ID3 Facebook users are idiots reaching 100 kilowatt by a pro. Mention in the title that it will be outdated after preheating on navigation update. Yeah, it would be true. Don't watch this. In a few weeks, you don't have to care about this anymore. But would it not be the same for all EVs? Yes, it is for all EVs. But I wanted to show it in the ID.3 because everybody's complaining only for the ID.3 right now, and that Volkswagen betrayed them because they don't get 100 kilowatt. That's what I meant. Just upgraded my PV to 19 kilowatt. Cool. That will be. Now I need some sun. This is only a problem in winter. That's true. 100 kilowatt gold standard. Is 100 kilowatt possible in the winter? No, I don't wanna ask the question so that they don't know if I get it or not. I want them to know. I will show them that I got 100 kilowatt, and I show them how. Not that it's a good way. I don't want to say in the title that Volkswagen made a great job and this is an amazing EV and you always get 100 kilowatt. It's still a problem. They need the preheating on navigation to a charger. But I just want to say in the video, I did it and you can do it too. Even right now. Don't get 100? Go get is a lie. Oh, it's good. Title, you bought an EV and now it's winter. Haha, you're screwed. Oh god. How to get faster charging with the ID.3. No, I want to, the Wolf is right. It has to say the 100 kilowatt. Because this number is floating around in every Facebook group that I see. They're always saying, Volkswagen said I should get 100 kilowatt, but I don't only get this. ID.3 must watch how to get 100 kilowatt in winter. The must watch. How about ID.3? How to get 100 kilowatt charging in winter. Darren, my love, you're still alive here. Don't watch it if you don't want to know how to get 100 kilowatt. 100 kilowatt in winter with ID.3. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. The 100 kilowatt in the beginning. 100 kilowatt charging in winter with the ID.3. I always want to write Volkswagen ID.3 because if people just are searching for Volkswagen ID.3, then the video doesn't show up. Because it's only for idiots. That's true. They're not idiots. They just don't know stuff, and then the one posts and then the other one posts, and then oh, we're all right, and the car is crap, and then everybody's saying no, battery is cold. But why didn't Volkswagen think of that? And then 100 kilowatt charging in ID.3, cool topic. Okay, maybe I'm being naive. If you want positive views, make the title something that people will want to find the answer to, and in the video give them the answer. Don't overthink it. Yeah, but the title is important. I think so. Some maybe bring the same video out, one for ID.3 and one title for all EVs getting best charging speed. No, because this is for someone else to do, because I couldn't say if this is for every EV working the exact same way. Did Volkswagen betray us? 100 kilowatt charging ID.3 in the winter. Kilowatt, ha, I'm lucky if you get 5 minutes in my Nero in summer. That's true. Electrify Walter, full speed charging. Yeah, what far away is hiding? How to charge 100 kilowatt even in winter. That's good. If I get the bike carrier preparation on ID.3, do all I then need is the, okay, do I need the tow bar? Yes, you need the tow bar. A bike carrier and a tow bar are two different things as far as I know. Simple hack to 100 kilowatt DC charging. Here is how. Also nice. Your second idea was the best. What was my second idea? But 100 kilowatt charging in winter with ID.3. Let's do that. Volkswagen lied again. Remember Dieselgate? Now we have Coalgate. Name it 100 kilowatt. End of story. How to get 100 kilowatt in Portugal? You can't. Well, you soon have Ionity, then you can. 170 kilowatt for the standard range plus. Sell the Volkswagen. Yeah, that's true. We do that. The thing is though, ask Darren, life of batteries. We charged at the same time and we added the same kilowatt hours into the battery. I was charging at 100, he was charging at 170 Or did you were able at charging 170 back then, or was it less? But the thing is, yes, we charged the same kilowatt hours almost. I think it was a bit more, but he has more range because his car was more efficient. How to get 100 kilowatt on ID3 in winter? What happens if you don't get 100 kilowatt when you try to test? Well, no, I already tested it. It's already filmed. It's all done. It worked. I rented before. How to get the best charging speed with ID3 in winter before any update. ID3 are not for stupid boomers. Let me show you my 100 kilowatt. The naked truth about ID3 100 kilowatt charging. ID3 charging like a Taycan in winter. Name it charge at 100 kilowatt and ID3 even in winter. Oh. No, I think Wolf is right with 100 kilowatt in the beginning. I don't want to ask a question, not that people think, oh, can he do it? Is it a problem? I want to tell them, no, it works. And because then I think it's clickbait. If I ask, if the video would not show that it can do 100 kilowatt and I say, is it possible? And then I think it would be clickbait or almost there. You should name Facebook group 81st Idiot. 100 watt, how would it get peeps? Get 100 kilowatt and charge 2 cars at the same time. How to make ID fast, push it off a cliff. Successful charging with 100 kilowatt, always in ID3. Don't forget to bid for... That's true. No, it's 37. Still 11 minutes. And I have the alarm here. It should remind me. Thank you, though. How to charge faster than Björn. Chris, kiss. 100 kilowatt burning down the ID3. Charging a 350 kilowatt charger of ID3 in the winter. Nah, it has to say that the charging speed. I think it's already done. We know what it is. Buy a folding bike. How to charge faster than Björn. Is there a way to check degradation of the battery? They can read it out. Health of battery, state of health somehow. But you can also do a test like Björn Nieland is doing it. Do it at the same temperature on both times. Drive it down to as low as possible at a constant speed. Then charge it full. Or just drive it down and then charge it full. You don't even have to charge. I think it's about the kilometers you drove and the average consumption. And then you know how much kilowatt hours should be in the battery. And then you do the same thing a year later or so. And then you know. I will do that with the ID3, of course, when it's warmer, so in April or maybe in March. Of course, I will do that and then name it Degradation in the ID3. Really? I'm making a t-shirt too clever for ID3 First Mover Club. Faster charging than Tesla, 100 kilowatt for the win. 100 kilowatt is like writing speeds on SD card. This 2022 Corsa OPC Audible YouTube video just popped up in my subscription. This is a Corsa video here. Tesla M3 throttles quickly. That's true, but again, it is more efficient and you can add more range. You had a warmer battery when we met as you were late and I've been waiting for a while. No, but we drove both cars. And we drove yours later. You drove mine first, then mine was standing in the heat. And I left the AC on for the whole time. For April Fool, you should do a video charging your car to 150 kilowatt on a normal plug. Sure, they will all shout at Volkswagen. What is the kilowatt hour range per kilometer is nearly as important. I don't get it. Your channel name is Battery Life. Title it Battery Life in Cold. Ionic charges fast with 2.5 degrees. Possible, I don't know. Begin the video with, yo, what's up, like Björn. Yo, what's up? Talk to you later. Yay. Cat again. In and out. Come on, move. Get up here. Short title is king in just one topic. What is the average rate? It is important. Yes, it is, of course, important. And I think the ID3 is charging very, very well. I mean, you get 100 kilowatt to around 32, 33%, and then it slowly goes down. And even at 80%, you have, I can't remember, 40 or 50 kilowatt. So I'm really okay with the charging speed. You could also do a video, Volkswagen lied to us, impossible to reach WLTP. Yeah, it would be. Oh, or never shows WLTP range when full battery. I haven't fast charged my Ioniq in the last 2 months because of lockdown. Oh, I like the camping videos from Björn. Are you up to it? You mean if I like the camping videos, if I want to camp? I like to watch his camping videos, yes. But when he did like 5, 6 different cars after each other, I didn't watch the last 3, just the first 2. And I would never do it. I don't see the point for myself to sleeping in a car. I'm sorry. I never did that ever, except for being extremely young and being drunk, and then I had to sleep in the car till the next morning and then drive home. That's the only thing. Is 100 kilowatt and ID3 possible to 99%? Yeah. Or Volkswagen sucks, they're fooling us with kilowatt hours. They should show range in liters. Yes, the thing about degradation test is that it costs more degradation. What do you think of the new Lexus? Do you plan to test it? I don't even knew about it till you just mentioned it. And maybe I contact Lexus at some point when the car gets more interesting. It already sounds like a SUV, am I right? If a car maker that never made a car before, that sounds like it's an SUV. Pictures. And yeah, it's not that SUV. Looks cute. Why not? Why not? I should contact Lexus. Is it fully electric? Yeah. Okay, I do that. Thank you for mentioning it. I will so contact them. 10 would be allowed. Chris, I'm still waiting you to open Fad Life. No, I'm not doing that. On the phone, the title gets truncated, so begin with the important words. You had it with 100 kilowatt in winter with ID3 or similar. Katze, yeah, it's here. 100,000 watt just for your ID3. Meow. Okay, for the slight clickbait, make the title 100 kilowatt in winter with ID3, but show yourself holding a Schuko charger in the thumbnail. Beyond seems to do his video at minus 18 degrees. If it was that cold outside, I'd be inside by the fire. Exactly. Even a cat can get 100 kilowatt in the ID3. That's true. Camping in a car is for hobos, Chris. Yeah, I said that once. That's true. I don't get it. But I also learned that this is very common in Norway. For somebody explained that why, and I can't remember. Did you eat all the creamy cheese stuff you bought? No, I bought frosting from North America, but they had it here. Extremely expensive, and in America, North America, it's extremely cheap. But of course, they have to import it. And I bought 6 things, and I ate the cherry one, the whole thing already, and 1 cream cheese, just a tiny bit, Cindy and I. And I still have salted caramel, and then another 3 cream cheese frostings. Next weekend we're buying croissant dough already done, and then we make little cinnamon buns, but without the cinnamon, so buns, and then put this icing on, or frosting, whatever. Nice. 100 kilowatt in ID3 Part 1. Lexus had CHAdeMO, I think. What? That's CHAdeMO? Then I don't care. Oh, that would be horrible. I'm not testing another CHAdeMO car. It was horrible with the Leaf because of how to do charging test. Come on, what's going on? There we are. Pictures. Is this really CHAdeMO? There's a picture of the charge port. Can't see. But there's only one charge. Is it on both sides? Maybe? Let's see, EV database. Where do you see what plug it has? CHAdeMO. It really 50 kilowatt DC CHAdeMO. Nah, then I'm not interested. It's out of order for me then. No. Marty Rumor says he sprayed it all over his body. Mukbang with Chris. Must go to bid on something online. It's true. In a minute it will show the alarm. Still 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Yeah. In and out. You don't know what you want. Whole time. Get out. Cat. Most hobos, maybe most hobos are Norwegians, or the other way, most Norwegians are hobos. It is common Norway to leave your wife at home alone and go to camping in 140,000 car with your best friend. Ooh, alarm! Alarm, I have to bid. Thrill 2 minutes and 44 seconds. She said 21 euros and 60 cents. Still 2 minutes 30 seconds. Where are we? Cheddar for the win. No! So we will be getting a video on dough and cheese and you eating whole tub? No, we won't. Aren't even Nissan planning to move away from Cheddar in Europe? Yes, they are with the new Araya. It already has CCS. Cheddar is deader than dead. That's true, especially in Germany. I miss Monchning. Araya CCS. You should make video. You need a Cheddar charger to reach 100 kilowatt. That's good. Time for thumbs. We need to make it to the 100. It's 82 right now. 82. Chris, Mrs. Wife bid. Wife kills Chris. Still 2 minutes. 100 thumbs up right now. I have 82 here. Bid 100 euros. Yes, Cheddar is no go for Europe or for local driving maybe. Are you bidding on frosting? No, it's on a bra. Hey Chris, what do you think about hydrogen cars? As I mentioned, Lexus above seems want to make hydrogen cars an alternative for electric cars. Hydrogen right now is bad, but it can be good. So hydrogen is a great technology. It's not as efficient as battery EVs. It's faster to recharge because it takes like 3 minutes to put in a range of 200 kilometers or so. This is great. Problem is that right now you can barely charge or fuel up a hydrogen car, in Germany at least. Will we see you in the bra? No, you won't. So this is hard to do. And the other thing is, right now they don't create this wrong. You know what I mean? Manufacture the hydrogen in a way that it should be. How close are we to Stuhl video 2021? There is no other video. And Stuhl hasn't been on for a while. Livestream Pro Edition. ID3R for 2024, right? No, they haven't announced anything for ID3. They just said that maybe there was becoming something. But for me, R should be all-wheel drive, and they said there won't be an all-wheel drive so far. Of course, it has the same issues, but the charging is, of course, way, way faster. And let's bid. We are number one. And got it for 11.50. Haha. She will be happy. That's good. Let's pay. You're all here when I pay. Is it even in with PayPal? Is it? No. Oh God, I have to transfer money. That's stupid. Yeah, we'll do that in another time. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, hydrogen cost, it's true, it still is a small battery, but the hydrogen is reacting with oxygen, and then you only have water as an exhaust in a fuel cell. But again, for 200 kilometers can be filled up in a few minutes. It's still expensive right now. It costs more than an ICE car, but it's clean. And again, there are no fueling stations, almost no, and they're manufacturing the hydrogen in the wrong way, that it's still very dirty. So they use electricity from coal and water will be then separated in oxygen and hydrogen. But if they do that with solar or wind or energy that's just there but not needed, so at night, I don't know, there's a wind is producing a lot of power that's not being used right now because everybody's sleeping and not everybody's charging their electric cars, then this will be a great thing. If it could be good. I have no idea when it comes to safety if driving with a hydrogen tank in the car. Don't ask me if this is more dangerous or than a fossil car or not. I cannot do. I can Photoshop Chris in a bra. Of course you can. And hydrogen tanks are heavy and take a lot of space in the car. That's true, but if they develop a bit more, it can be different. Of course, the hydrogen takes more space for the same energy than a normal petrol fuel, and the tank has to be very thick. So there's no take your time to pay. No, I have to transfer money, so it's not via PayPal. So I pay the next few days. Like for next week. Still only 86 likes, even though 120 people are watching. But don't you see? Remember that, guys. I'm doing this live stream on Sunday now. I don't know, for a year. Before I got the ID3, and in the beginning I had like 20, 30, and then at some point it was around 50 people, and now it's always above 100. Look at us, how far we have come. What are we doing if this ever goes above 200? It won't. Chris needs a bra for his balls. This was blocked by YouTube. They didn't like the word balls. It's pretty much a fossil fuel. Yeah. I didn't know that, Inigo. Thank you. But again, that's what I said. So the hydrogen is not working right now. It could, but who knows? 20 to 30 idiots. It's true. Idiot likes here 89. For me, it says 88. Balls. Yeah, when you write balls, it's fine. Huh. But when Marcus says boobs is blocked. Well, Toyota Mara H2 is slow, but think of it, ID3 with the big battery is also 8.5 seconds. It's also not very fast, but is not being blocked. Even the Renault Zoe takes around 10 seconds with the new 100 kilowatt motor, but it feels nice. It really feels nice. Okay, I think that's it for me today. I ranted a bit. I got an email from Mike about his battery temperature and charging. Even charging 11 kilowatt heater starts until 9 degrees. Yeah, but 9 degrees cannot be a good temperature to do fast charging, right? Mike, are you here? Am I right? Well, if you come late, chill, as always, because you need the late entrance, so you can say, hey, I'm here. 7 to go, make it 100 thumbs. That's true, 93. Let's go to 100 thumbs, then I end. And now nobody will like, and then that means I will have to stay on, right? Which tires are the most environmental? Because EV cars are so heavy and wear tires sooner. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. This is my first EV that I drive a bit longer. I will drive this car for 3 years, and we'll see if I need different tires in those 3 years. Because in my normal fossil car before, normal, yes, in and out. You just don't know what you want. Come up, show the people who you are. Yeah, come up. Oh, what am I doing here? You want to see the little Finnegan, don't you? There you go. Yeah, Finnegans. What are you doing? Why are you going away? I want to see you. Come back. Yes. He's a little cutie. And my little girl is here, sleeping. Oh, you're not sleeping? Yeah, now I have the arrow in the other camera again. It doesn't like when I use the webcam. Turn off the other camera. See if it comes back. Click, click, click. I think it works. Yes, it does. Ha! I fixed it. I fixed stuff. 97 says it here. Unknown battery life. Sorry, I have a life. No, you don't have a life, otherwise you wouldn't be here right now. Chris hate me. No, I hope that you and my phone gets Android 11 soon. Have a MT Pro 2. Oh, on Monday, tomorrow will be for our Xiaomi phones will be the new the iOS for those phones will be 12.5. Maybe this has Android 11 included. I don't know yet, but I saw an advertising that this will be tomorrow. 100, we want rid of Chris. That's true. Still 98. No kids today, so I was in time. Woohoo! 100, yeah, went back to 98. 99, 98. Oh my god. Nice cat, understands Bavarian only. No, he understands English. He's from Canada. Everyone in here is from Canada except for me and Olivia here. She's from Romania. I'm the only German here. If even. One day I'll get banned. From who? So close. 99. What idiot puts thumbs down? That's okay. I'm pretty sure. Come on, get a Pixel, Chris. No, they're too expensive. And if it's a Pixel from Google, I'm scared that they do something with YouTube. I don't know. One to go, 400. I still have 98 here. Thanks for info. Looking forward to that. What did I say? Oh my god. Oh, the me. I saw it somewhere. Let's go to Facebook. I saw it at Facebook because I'm following the group, the Xiaomi group. Xiaomi. I can't write it. Xiaomi. Now the me. Was it in me? Ooh. Is it this? MIUI ROM? Is this the right thing? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Global launch event, 2 days left. So tomorrow, MIUI 12.5. When we get Android 11, then we can have wireless Android Auto in the ID3. 102 likes now. I can go. Bye. I will go in a second. Does not contain Android 12. No, I hope it contains Android 11. We're still on Android 10. All right? Or the other way around. What Android do we have on here? Let's look. MIUI version. Android version 10. Yes? We're still on 10. We need 11 for the wireless and Android Auto. I want that. I'm sure Xiaomi is collecting all your dick pics. Therefore, stop buying Xiaomi. I don't care if they collect my data. I mean, Volkswagen is collecting my driving data. The CIA is collecting everything that we do. I just give up. You still have about 56 kilowatt hours usable battery capacity in your car. I have no idea. How would I know? I have to drive it from 100% almost down and then calculate. Then I could tell you. And it has to be the same temperature that I did it in the first place. Then we can say. But it's very unusual in the first few months to lose around 5% of your battery capacity. It's just how the chemistry in the battery works. What do we have to do to get you to go? Yeah, I don't want a Samsung phone too. They're just too expensive. I don't want it. Why not wait till you have 1,000 likes? Yeah, it's true. No, I'm going now. Okay, now I'm going now. Thank you very much. It was a nice live stream as always. 100 people, 1,500 people watched the stream. That's just cool. I was thinking it would be more because I posted all this 100 kilowatt charging thing, the test that will reveal what happened today. But nobody cared. Yeah, Facebook sucks when it comes to this. You post something, then somebody else posts something, and then nobody sees your post anymore. It's just gone. So unless it's extremely in your eye, and it's something. Oh my God, they have to see that. Then and a lot of people are clicking at it. Otherwise, Facebook. Even on the First Movers Club, I posted the for beginners video, and Volkswagen was so nice and pinned that video, so it would be always on top, and still nobody. I had like 13 likes with how many people are there? 3,000 people in that group. So I don't think anybody should see that, because Facebook just says, no, this is not the video that they should see. It should be something else. Yeah, I ranted again. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.